Hello everyone, welcome to Enviro Pioneers. In this video, we are going to discuss some of the MCQs on the noise pollution which have been taken from the previous year question papers of the UGC NET Environmental Science exam. You can get the previous year question papers from this particular site, that is the official website of the National Testing Agency. On their website, here in the download section, we have two options. First, general, where we have the option of downloading the mock test, and in the second, we have the previous year exam paper. So यहाँ पे we have to select the year. So for example, I'm selecting 2023. In exam type, here we have to select the UGC NET, and in paper we have to select the environmental science as the subject paper. So here I am selecting this environmental science subject paper, and when we click on the search, here we get the detail of the paper. So UGC NET environmental science subject paper year 2023, and here in the question paper column आप just इस पे click करो and you can download the question paper. Or the alternate option is that we can purchase any book which is related to the MCQs of the UGC NET Environmental Science exam, where topic-wise compilation of previous year question papers are given. So, if you are preparing for UGC NET Environmental Science exam, the choice is yours. या तो आप previous year question paper यहाँ से practice कर सकते हो, या फिर जो book आपने purchase की है वहाँ से practice कर सकते हो. Noise pollution playlist में we have covered all the topics starting from the basic to the control of noise pollution. Some of the MCQs we have already discussed in the lecture 3, lecture 13 and lecture 14 of the playlist, जहाँ पे we saw the numericals along with their calculation. So we are not going to repeat those MCQs again in this video, but जो remaining है उनको हम यहाँ पे discuss करेंगे. Let us start with our first question. So here it is asked, for noise control in automobiles, the exhaust muffler attenuates sound by, and the options are absorption, destructive interference, reducing the velocity of the hot gases, absorption, and destructive interference. In lecture 16, noise pollution control, we saw that the mufflers attenuate the sound by destructive interference and also by absorption of the sound. क्योंकि यहाँ क्वेश्चन में कुछ स्पेसिफिक मेंशन नहीं है, सो एब्जॉर्प्शन और डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस दोनों ही करेक्ट आंसर होगा, इसलिए वी विल चूज द वन जहाँ पे ये दोनों ऑप्शन है. On the same topic, we have the second question. The attenuation of the sound by reactive type silencers is based on absorption of the sound waves, scattering of the sound waves, impedance discontinuity, and the interference of the sound waves. अब क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में यहाँ पे मेंशन है रिएक्टिव टाइप साइलेंसर, तो एब्जॉर्प्शन वाला ऑप्शन गलत हो गया, स्कैटरिंग नहीं होती. अब ये दो ऑप्शन में से कोई भी करेक्ट हो सकता है, क्योंकि जो रिएक्टिव टाइप साइलेंसर है दैट वर्क्स ऑन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इम्पीडेंस मिसमैच या फिर डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस. क्योंकि फोर्थ ऑप्शन में कुछ भी नहीं मेंशन है, ना तो कंस्ट्रक्टिव ना डिस्ट्रक्टिव, तो ये आंसर हम नहीं सिलेक्ट करेंगे. So the best option for this question is the impedance discontinuity. So this is the correct answer. Related to noise pollution control, we have the third question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other labeled as reason. So assertion is sound barriers alongside motorways in urban areas are very effective in controlling the noise, and the reason is they act as reflectors of the sound back into the motorways and the upwards. In this question, both these statements are correct because as we discussed in the noise pollution control lecture, जो sound barriers हैं या जो sound walls हैं, they are mainly designed to control the sound propagation and they act as the noise control in the transmission path. And these sound barriers, they act as the reflectors and they reflect the sound back towards the source and in other direction. So for this question, the first option will be correct, that both assertion and the reasons are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Coming to the next question, which is related to health effect of the noise pollution. So here it is asked that prolonged exposure to the high levels of the noise causes hearing loss, constriction of the blood vessels, gastric ulcers, toxicity, and we have to identify the correct answer. So in lecture 9, that is effects of the noise pollution, we saw that the noise pollution, it can cause hearing loss through the direct pathway and constriction of the blood vessels, gastric ulcers through the indirect pathway. But toxicity is something related to the adverse effect of the chemical or the mixture of substances when administered in the body. So if we see the options, the one which is containing hearing loss, constriction of the blood vessels and the gastric ulcers, that will be the correct answer. So within these, B will be the correct answer. Next question is based on the noise indices. Here it is asked that noise climate is represented by L10 minus L90, L equivalent L50, and here square of L10 minus L90 divided by 60. So in lecture 13, noise descriptors and noise indices, we saw that noise climate, it is represented by L10 minus L90, that is the highest noise level minus the background noise level. So this is the correct answer. On the same topic, we have the next question, the noise index L equivalent for a specific duration. It is a measure of acoustic energy content, average noise amplitude, sum of instantaneous sound pressure levels, or the fluctuations in the noise level. So within the same lecture, we saw that equivalent continuous sound level is the sound level in decibel having the same total sound energy as the fluctuating level measured. So, on the basis of this, the correct answer within these four options will be the first one. So, acoustic energy content, this is the correct answer. Next question, it is also based on the equivalent noise level. In this question, it is asked that the noise index L equivalent, it is used for the noise standards in the ambient environment of the urban areas. The prescribed duration of the integration associated with the L equivalent is 12 hours, 1 hour, 8 hours or 30 minutes. एल इक्विवेलेंट हम किसी भी टाइम ड्यूरेशन के लिए कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं बट जो प्रिस्क्राइब ड्यूरेशन है दैट इज जनरली 8 आवर्स जो नॉइज डोज कैलकुलेशन के लिए हम यूज करते हैं सो द करेक्ट आंसर विद इन दीज ऑप्शन इज द 8 आवर्स सो सी इट इज द करेक्ट आंसर Next question is based on the LN concept. So here it is asked that which of the following sound level existed for maximum duration as per LN concept. So options में है L20, L25, L40 and L15. In lecture 13, we also discussed about the n% exceeded level. So n% exceeded level is the sound pressure level which exceeded for n% of the time. तो यहाँ पे अगर 20, 25, 40 या 15 mentioned है, so this is representing 40% of the time, 15% of the time, 25% of the time और 20% of the time. So यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन पूछा है which of the following sound level it existed for the maximum duration. So the answer will be L40 because this sound level existed for 40% of the time. We have the another question. For a given noise signal, what would be the correct order of the noise indices in terms of the increasing values? L10, L50, L1 और L90. तो यहाँ पे again L1 that was only for the 1% of the time लेकिन इसका जो value होगा that will be highest. Then L90 it is there for 90% of the time but it is referred as the background noise क्योंकि सबसे कम sound level जो majority of the time के लिए वहाँ पे था. And then L50 is the intermediate noise level. And then L10 it is more than L50 but less than L1. In the question, the correct order of noise indices in terms of increasing values is asked. तो L90 की वैल्यू सबसे कम होगी, इससे ज्यादा L50 की होगी, L50 से ज्यादा L10 की और L10 से ज्यादा होगी L1 की. तो अब अगर हम यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस में देखें, so D is the correct answer. जहाँ पे L90, then L50, फिर L10 and then L1. So D option is the correct answer. Next question is based on the frequency weighting of the sound. Here, two statements are mentioned as the assertion and reason. Assertion is for noise level surveys in the urban areas, weighting A is used for the measurements, and in reason we have weighting A, it filters out unwanted signal. So in the lecture 10, loudness of sound and frequency weighting, we saw that a weightage frequency, it adjusts the sound pressure level readings to reflect the sensitivity of the human ear. and our ear is sensitive to sound frequencies between 500 Hz and 6000 Hz. So, for the noise level surveys in urban area, weighting A is used for measurement. So, this is the correct statement. But in the reason it is mentioned that weighting A, it filters out unwanted signals. So, this is the wrong statement because it calibrates the signal as per the human ear response. So अगर हम ऑप्शंस में देखें तो सी ऑप्शन विल बी करेक्ट जहां पे assertion is true and reason is false. In the next question, it is mentioned that in the A weighting network used in the noise measurement, sound of which of the following frequencies would require the least correction? So as we saw in this graph that minimum correction is required for the sound having the frequency of the 1000 Hz. So the correct answer within these options will be 1000 Hz. B option will be the correct answer. Next question is related to the loudness of sound. Here two statements are mentioned, one labeled as assertion and other labeled as reason. In assertion, a statement is given that sound with a frequency less than 100 Hz need to be of higher energy before damage to the ear occurs. And in reason, a statement is mentioned, human ear has variable frequency response. In lecture 10, loudness of sound and frequency weighting, we discussed equal loudness curve where we saw that to perceive the sound to be having the equal loudness, the one which is having the lower frequency, it needs more energy or the higher sound pressure level in comparison to the one which is having the frequency in between 500 to 6000 Hz. With respect to equal loudness curve, both these statements are correct and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So in the option 1 will be correct. Both assertion and the reasons are true and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Now coming to the next question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, the noise pollution exists in the form of energy and is highly subjective in nature unlike air pollution. And statement 2, noise pollution exists irrespective of the loudness of the sound and causes both physiological and psychological stress among the individual or group of individuals. अगर हम स्टेटमेंट 1 देखें, दिस इज करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट बिकॉज अगर एयर पॉल्यूशन है हमारे सराउंडिंग में then it will be having the harmful effect on all the individuals. But when we talk about the noise pollution, sound it exists in our surrounding, but वो साउंड को हम नॉइज की तरह कंसीडर कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द पीपल परसेप्शन. सो दिस इज हाईली सब्जेक्टिव. Statement 2 is also correct because irrespective of the loudness of the sound, noise pollution also depends on the people's perception and it can cause both physiological and the psychological stress among the individual or group of individuals. So both these statements are correct in this question. So the first option will be the correct answer. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Next question is based on the outdoor sound propagation. Sound emitted from a line source attenuates at which of the following rates as a result of geometrical spreading? So in lecture 7, outdoor sound propagation, we saw that from an infinite line source, the wavefronts are cylindrical and wavefront spreading results in a reduction of 3 decibel per distance doubling. So as per this concept, the correct answer will be the first one, approximately 3 decibel per doubling of distance from the source. And on the same concept, here we have the numerical. A road carrying heavy traffic has an average noise level of 90 decibel when measured at a distance of 10 meters. So what would be the noise level at a 20-meter distance? So यहाँ से अगर हम इसको difference calculate करें, so this is getting doubled. It means the noise level will decrease by 3 decibel. तो अगर हम 90 minus 3 करें, the answer will be 87 decibel. So the correct answer is 87 decibel. Now we have the next numerical जहाँ पे a point source of sound, it produces a noise of 70 decibel at a distance of 20 meter from it. What will be the noise level at 80 meter from it? So in the same lecture, we also saw that for a point source, the wavefronts are spherical and the wavefront spreading results in a reduction of 6 decibel per distance doubling. On this concept, we will solve this question. Now, it is mentioned that at the distance of 20 meters, sound level is 70 decibel. So, अगर हम 20 मीटर को डबल कर दें, तो यहाँ पे 20 मीटर का हम कंसीडर करें 70 डेसिबल एंड ऑन डबलिंग इट विल बी रीचिंग टू 40 मीटर और जो साउंड लेवल है वो कितना हो जाएगा 70 माइनस 6 64 डेसिबल. नाउ if we further double it to the 80 meter, 40 का अगर हम डबल कर रहे हैं 80 मीटर, so again यहाँ 64 था, 64 minus 6 it will become 58 decibel at the distance of 80 meter. As in this question distance is getting doubled twice, so we will subtract 6 and 6 from this value, यानी कि in total 12, so 70 minus 12 it will be the 58. So the 58 is the correct answer. Similarly, we have the next question. A point source of the noise produces a sound of 60 decibel at a distance of 10 meter from it. If the sound is measured at a distance of 40 meter, what will be its value? In this question, again, if we are doubling the distance from 10 meter, it will become 20 meter. 20 meter को जब हम double करेंगे, it will become 40 meter. So in total, 2 times the distance is getting doubled. So sound level will attenuate by 12 decibel from 10 meter to 40 meter. So 60 minus 12, it will be 48 decibel. So the correct answer is 48 decibel. On the same pattern, we have the next question. A noise level meter placed at a distance of 5 meter from a point source of the noise records a sound pressure level of 78 decibel. If the noise level meter is placed at a distance of 20 meter from the point source, the noise pressure level recorded will be approximately. So again, from 5 meter, if we double the distance, it will be 10 meter. 10 meter को अगर हम double कर रहे हैं, it is 20 meter. It means in this question again, the distance is getting doubled twice. So sound level will decrease by 12 decibel from 5 meter to 20 meter. So 78 minus 12, 66 decibel. So this is the correct answer. Next question is based on the types of noise. Noise coming out during the dentist drilling would be an appropriate example of steady state noise, intermittent noise, impulse noise, impact noise. In lecture 8, sources of the noise pollution, we saw that intermittent noise, it stops and starts at irregular or regular interval. So on this concept, the correct answer will be the intermittent noise. The next question is the time between successive peaks or between successive troughs of the sinusoidal sound wave is called frequency, period, wavelength, and amplitude. So as we discussed in the very first lecture, basics of the sound waves, the time required to complete one oscillation is referred as the time period. So the correct answer is period. This was all about MCQs of noise pollution from my side. You can refer to more MCQs from various other books or from other references. Thank you and best wishes.